Hello, everyone. My guest today is Diego Gomez. He's the co-founder of Rock Content, a leading content marketing platform in Latin America. In his spare time, he likes to blog about SaaS at SaaSholic.com to support founders and do some small angel investments in SaaS businesses. He also co-authored the Brazil SaaS Landscape Research and the Brazil Startup Report. Diego, are you ready to take us to the top?
I'm ready.
All right, let's dive into Rock Content first, then talk more about your SaaS report. So what does Rock Content do and how do you make money?
So we are a content marketing platform. Well, we're the leaders in the Latin American market. We help customers plan and start their content marketing strategies, create, analyze, and see the ROI of their content marketing blogs and so on. We help them. We have a talent network of around 10,000 freelancers. So we are a SaaS-enabled marketplace. And these freelancers also help the customers create blog posts, ebooks, social media, infographics, and the list goes on.
So Diego, what's the revenue breakdown between people like me that may pay to use your freelancers on Rock Content versus the revenue or the cut you're taking from the freelancers themselves? Which side makes more money?
Okay, so today we have three main revenue line items, which is SaaS at around 30% of the revenues, the marketplace at around 50%, and the services unit, which is around 20%.
Okay.
That's the breakdown.
Let's just focus on the SaaS part for this interview. So the SaaS product, what are people paying on average for that per month?
Customers typically give us on average, this is across all, but I'll break that down for you. It's around $7,000 a year and around $2,000 a year for the SaaS platform.
Okay, got it. And you're obviously paying up front, right? So comes out to about $160 a month, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And what are they getting for that part of the payment, the $2,000, the SaaS component?
So our platform gives them access to a big curated list of freelancers. We have a creative community that has been certified, passed our tests. We have a Rock University, so they get access to the talent to create content. They have our planning strategy planning tools such as personas, documenting their funnel stages, planning their keywords to create content about social media distribution and publishing, and analytics, so they can track the ROI per piece they publish.
Okay, and how many customers have you scaled to today?
We're around a little over 1,500.
Okay, and those are all on the SaaS product?
Yes.
Okay, so can I take 1,500 times $2,000 a year and assume? That puts you just from the SaaS product north of $250,000 a month. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Or said annually, that's about $3 million annually just on the SaaS component, which you said is 30% of your total revenue.
Actually, it's a little more than that, but even our content services, they are also recurring. So we track them as recurring revenue. They buy packages of content credits and pay monthly for that. So recurring revenue, we closed last year at around 10 million.
Got it. So last year, 10 million. And give me a sense of growth rate. So kind of June of 2017, what was your run rate compared to what you are at today?
We're June last year, we were at around, I would say 7. And today we are at around 12.
That's great. Tell me about churn. It's critical in a business like this. What's your churn and how do you keep it low?
So our company is divided in 4 customer segments, which is SMB and partner, so resellers, mid-market, and enterprise. On enterprise, we are very close to 100% revenue retention. On the mid-market, it's around 80% revenue retention. In an SMB, in partner, we're between 60 and 70%. So our average churn would be, or our average revenue retention would be around 72% a year. It's improving always on the cohorts. But if you look at trading last 12 months, it's a little under 70% revenue retention.
Yeah, that's obviously healthy, and obviously it's a weighted average across the base. What are you spending to acquire these customers?
This, as I mentioned, I have this segment. So acquiring an enterprise customers is way more expensive than acquiring a SMB. But the average across the board is around $2,000.
Okay. And how quickly do you like to get your money back? What's your payback period today?
Between 6 and 8 months.
Okay. Now, obviously, on a cash flow basis, it's immediate because they're paying annually upfront, correct?
Not 100% are paying annual upfront. I would say around 20% would be paying annual upfront, but they sign for yearly contracts. So they are committing 1 year with us.
Okay.
At least. We also have several multi-year deals now.
Okay, got it. So if someone is paying you that average of $7,000 a year and you're paying $2,000 to acquire them, that's kind of how you back into your payback of 6 to 8 months. The numbers don't match up exactly, but generally speaking, that's accurate.
Yeah, we have a very big inbound marketing machine to acquire customers. So our customer acquisition cost is very low and sort of subsidized by that. I have around 2 million visitors on our Brazilian blog, around 500,000 in our Spanish-speaking blog. And we have some courses that we sell online, free and paid, so kind of subsidizes a little bit.
What's your team size today, though, and how many of them are dedicated to kind of content marketing?
We are around 300 people, and we have around 20 people in our marketing organization.
I see. And
a little more, I would say 25 now.
Where are you guys split between? Brazil, where else?
We have an office in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and we also have another office in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know when I spoke at RD Summit, you guys threw an after party, and I think it was at one of your kind of founders' homes / office area, and it was a very cool space to be in, and Floripa is beautiful.
I think it was at Me Time. It's a company. I was there.
Okay.
It's a company I invested in. They are in the sales engagement space. Amazing party. I recall.
That's good. We shouldn't be able to recall it if it was amazing, right? Isn't that how that works? And I'm just kidding. Diego, what year was the company founded in?
So it was, I think it's
2013. And have you bootstrapped or raised capital?
We raised around $2 million total.
Oh, that's great. Okay, good. I always love it when the ratio of how much you've raised to your ARR is in the favor of your ARR. So that's obviously a great ratio. Are you looking at raising right now?
We are always discussing. Right now, I'm not ready to raise. We're preparing to launch a brand new version of our platform, some add-on products that I think will improve a lot the unit economics. So we are dating investors, I would say.
That's good. All right. And last kind of question here before we wrap up with the famous 5. You blog a lot about kind of SaaS companies and SaaS at SaaS Hall. Like, what is the ecosystem like in Brazil right now for SaaS companies?
So it's still small, but growing very. Gets around 10,000 visits per month. We have an email list of around 2,000 founders who want to learn and share best practices around SaaS. We have some meetups and events. Still in the early days, but we're starting to see a lot of traction on companies because there's not a lot of competition targeting the local market. So you see companies growing super fast like Conta Azul, like RD, like Noway, and many, many others. So it's kind of a very special moment for SaaS in Brazil because there's education. There is this first generation of salespeople, marketers who worked at other startups and are now going on to found their startups. So I think it's exciting.
That's good.
Last year, we ran a research and we interviewed around 400 companies. And it was cool because we were able to take a snapshot of the community. If you're interested, I can send that to you.
Well, yeah, we'll include it in the show notes for sure. And people can also get more of that information at your website, SaaSholic.com, correct?
Correct.
Very good, Diego. Let's wrap up with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
High Output Management by Andy Grove.
That's a good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Yeah, there is one. It's particular because it's Brazilian. It's Laércio Cosentino. He is the founder of TOTUS.
Of what?
Which is TOTVS.
Spell it.
It's a TOTVS. It's a multi-billion dollar public company in the ERP space. They are focused. They are international, but the main market is Brazil. They're around, I would say, 30 years old, and they essentially were able to compete with Oracle, SAP, and create a big company in Brazil. Right now, they are facing the switching from traditional on-prem software company to subscription
To cloud.
And I've been following them closely, and they are posting great results.
Good. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building a business besides your own?
Oh, that's hard, man. I would say Asana.
Asana. Good. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
5, 6.
It depends. And what's your situation? What's your situation? Married, single? You have kids?
Married, no kids.
Okay, good. And how old are you, Diego?
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Okay. How old are you?
33.
All right, 33. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
I won't go back to. I will put 20 something. I wish I knew what was SaaS when I started my company. I knew I wanted to build a business, but I didn't know what was churn, what was CAC, LTV, and that. I think that slowed us a little bit down. That's why we try to share with the community what we learned.
There you guys have it from Diego. He wishes he knew more about SaaS back in 2013. Today, they're over $10 million in revenue. He thinks they'll break 15 million here in 2018. That's up from 7 million run rate in June of 2017. So healthy growth. They've got over 1,500 customers paying, call it $7,000 a year, over 72% annual revenue retention. CAC is about $2,000, payback 6 to 8 months. They've got a team of 300 people in Brazil, Mexico, and other remote locations. Just raised just $2 million. I love the growth with that little amount raised. Diego, thank you so much for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan. It's a pleasure to be with you.